All right, hey guys, this is Bruce from Epic Exposure LLC out here in North Bend, Washington, and we're just kind of going to doing a studio tour today to show you what we've kind of built and what we have currently. This is almost November 1st of 2018. So, all right, so here's kind of a project that I got involved with. So, I had somebody to come out and we were shooting their vehicle. So it was an automotive shoot. And they had mentioned to me that they had a sibling that was a rock climber, very aggressive, very good rock climber. And they were wondering, if there was a way for me to take images of their rock climbing, so that the parents ultimately could have this in their home. And so I thought about it. I'm like, look, I'm not in any position to go rock climbing, of course. And not only that, I mean, for me to lug all the gear in my style, my brand of what that would look like, it would be cost prohibitive, I think, to both of us. And so I got thinking about, well, geez, what could I do? So I came up with this idea of just kind of doing a composite. And, rather than go down into some rock wall somewhere and see if I could rent space, I ended up putting together, basically, this modular rock wall that you see behind me. And we'll kind of just run through it real quick. So, the idea is at no point is the climber very high off the ground. So we can have everybody from novices to full skilled whatnot, rock climbers. All of these boards that are here, they all are movable. So I have multiple different places that they can go. We have kind of a simulated overhang right here, so that you can actually get the side shot, with the person here and the overhang like they're hanging, and of course in a composite, then we make them look like they're a mile up in the air. It's not necessarily a wall as it is more of a jig. So now we can put light coming in from various places and just as a touch, and it could be like it's reflecting off the rocks. It could be like they're looking around the corner and getting hit with sun in the face, whatnot. So, we can do that. But the idea is to take a climber, and we have, full-on climbing hooks, and it all holds a 300-pound guy. I've tried it, so it all works. And so we can put them in the most aggressive position, flattering position for them that we want, and then we can shoot it either perpendicular to where they're climbing, or we can shoot it, from the end, looking here. And so we can do things like the silhouette, right? So it could be your silhouette as you're climbing. We can do like if I had if we're looking this way, you don't have to use the overhang. So these boards also go in so that the whole wall could basically be flat. You don't have to use this. That's just the ends. And so, it could be a flat wall that you're, Spider-Man'd out on. Having the overhang is just an extra feature that we decided to build into it. And so now, using compositing and using perspective. So again, we can shoot perpendicular to it. We can shoot parallel to it. We can actually go up on the scaffolding and we can shoot down as well. And so I do have back plates where I went and found a rock face and I shot down the rock face as if I was standing on top looking down. So I have the rock face. I also have have been up on cliffs and have some templates looking down where you can see the ground, and the ground is a long ways away. And so you take kind of the cliff face and as one part of the image, and you take the ground way down there as another part of the image, and then you take the climber as the climber's like reaching up, to make the final leap over the top, get up to the top. There's any number of things that can happen here. And so whether it's a climbing gear supplier that would like really clean, because we can light the person just, every part of the person can be lit correctly, which is not something I could do likely outdoors. I'm certainly not Jimmy Chin, so who I've met. This is just one of these things where there was a need, and we built this jig to help service that need. And once we determine there's no more need for it, we all just take it apart and all the parts go back to reuse, and we wait for the next project. But this is kind of an interesting deal. I haven't got anybody to come out yet to shoot on it. I was going to start with my daughter and perhaps do a shoot where, you know, I come up with a demonstration of what could be. But I'm actually really excited to get like a really high level fitness individual on here where, you know, we can really show how ripped they are in their back, how hard they're straining. I mean, that's the other thing, right? This is not, you're not just standing here, you know, kind of posing. I mean, this is posing to some degree because you're literally, you know, 2 or 3 feet off the ground. But, you know, in order to put your hand to the next handhold, it might actually be somewhat of a challenge. And so, you know, everything from the whiteness that happens under your nails when you're climbing to, you know, how you're stretching, the muscles in your back. I mean, we can capture all that so it makes it look much different than just a pose. And because of the way that we can light it, I think we can make it look fairly good, you know, as if it was shot truly outdoors in a very spectacular fashion. So anyway, this is just kind of another neat idea that was brought to me, and we're trying to figure out how to take ideas and turn them into reality. So all right, on to the next.